My name's Mel Purcell. I'm from SV Partners.
My name's Brett Harron. I'm also at SV Partners.
So we are an insolvency firm that does work primarily in Australia. And we have been operating for over 20 years, grown from staff onshore, starting at 20 people, and we're now at over 165 nationwide.
17 officers or there?
Yeah, there's 17 officers throughout the country, so we're quite spread out.
Yep.
And what initially led you to look to get your own team offshore?
In Australia, there's a massive talent shortage at the moment, accounting industry-wide, but specifically in insolvency. And we really needed to ramp that up quite quickly. And to me, the solution seemed to be quite easy to tap into the talent pool offshore. I think the biggest surprise is it went 10 times better than my expectations. I was expecting resistance from staff onshore or from management onshore more than what we have been given. And the way that the team has got together on our offshore team and the level of what they're producing in just a short amount of time has been the biggest surprise to me.
What are the main bits of work that you had the offshore team do?
At the beginning, they started off doing, simple stuff. We were testing the waters, but soon when it became evident that they were pretty switched on, we very quickly started giving them more complicated work. So they're doing things from analysing bank statements for preference payment recoveries, analysing financial statements to determine date of insolvency.
Preparing remuneration reports.
And there will be more to come. So as you said, this is our first year, so we've kind of drafted out a little plan and we do expect to give more and more challenging work as we progress.
How did you go about with that initial training hurdle? Obviously, there's not many accountants offshore who know Australian insolvency. How did you get around that initial gap training?
The biggest advice that we got from Frontline was to prepare, to have it kind of like a guide written out for them step by step and to record training. So I really took that on board and I took the time before our employees started to really put that all together. And it's made a huge difference, and especially freeing up my time because I can continually just refer back to the guides and the videos that we've done.
And Brett, Mel was initially involved with the team and obviously you're working with the team too. What's been your experience since starting to work with them?
I think I was very optimistic at the start. I wasn't one of the people that had reservations, and they've been fantastic to work with from the start. As Mel mentioned, they pick up on things really well. They're very switched on, but it's been fantastic coming here to meet them in person and press the flesh, and probably put a face to a name. And I feel like it's been really great for everyone. I feel like I've got a much stronger connection to them now after this trip, or I will after this trip. And they're all just really great people to work with.
And Mel, this is not your first time here. What's your experience on your first team trip?
I think the biggest takeaway that I've had here is just a level of enthusiasm. It's really contagious and you can't help but get amongst it and feel so happy. The staff here are just so happy and they want to be here and the energy levels are so great. And I think that's the biggest takeaway I've got. It really surprised me with how.
What would you say to other colleagues of yours who want to come over and meet the team?
Yeah.
100% do it. I think it changes everything. It builds that relationship. You should definitely have not just the person that's dealing with them, managing them, but also the people that are working with them day to day or over on the file. I think it helps build the trust aspect up. They're more going to be willing to give them more complicated work because they've met them in person, they trust them and they know them.
And they just feel, to me now, like they're more actually part of our team than prior to the trip.
And I think that they'll also be more, I can see them being more open to approaching you directly and coming to you with questions where they otherwise may have been a little bit more reserved because you were just a Teams chat message away, and now they know, Brett that came to that trip and sang karaoke and won us the competition.
To be determined.
Yeah.